Breaking news in the Diddy Combs case. He's back in federal court today in Manhattan, this time trying to secure bail.
Pardon me?
That was before the
Don't
assessment.
get brazen with me. You knew very well.
A lot of people allowed it to go on, said nothing, didn't intervene, maybe benefited from it, profited from it. All of these individuals and entities, in my view, have exposure here.
The music mogul was denied bail yesterday after his arrest on sex trafficking and other charges.
I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't said in court or in the papers. These are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So,
can you speak about your concerns about the leak and the video?
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot of shit lately. Oh, man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry. I just let it all out.
He believed he had everything worked out, but when the judge rejected his bail request, he's going crazy as Diddy's trial begins. Imagine feeling so certain that you're walking free, only to have the judge slam the baby oil bottle in your face. Diddy Combs seemed to be becoming more and more nervous every day, especially since no one is standing by him. Not even his closest associates have defended him.
Spent so much time defending this man. This man was allowed to be with every presidential candidate. He was allowed to throw parties. He was hailed as a hero. And yet behind the scenes, everyone knew that this is what he was engaged in. This was an open secret in Hollywood.
He is currently suffering the consequences of his actions when a judge recently refused his bail, keeping him behind bars, a position he probably never would have imagined in his wildest dreams. According to reports, Diddy is sweating bullets because he fears that a longer jail sentence will damage his career and reputation.
I also want to be clear, the press and the media and the public at large is shocked by what's happening, but we really are just getting to the beginning of everything.
Diddy is currently awaiting a decision on his third bail request from the appeals court. Last Thursday, he was back in court for updates on his case as his sex trafficking trial looms closer. His legal team has kept a low profile during proceedings, though sources report they are attempting to block a critical piece of evidence that could harm his defense. The court session also touched on the trial date and evidence retrieved from his mansion. It's clear that Diddy's situation has taken a serious turn, with his stay behind bars lasting far longer than he anticipated. Reports suggest Diddy's relationship with the presiding judge has soured, which could make matters worse. Known for its harsh conditions, the MDC jail is no easy place to endure, and Diddy may be facing an extended period there. On Friday, Circuit Judge William J. Nardini denied his request for immediate release while a 3-judge panel reviewed his bail plea. This came after Diddy's lawyers appealed to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals on September 30th, following 2 previous denials for release.
News in the Diddy Combs case. He's back in federal court today in Manhattan, this time trying to secure bail. The music mogul was denied bail yesterday after his arrest on sex trafficking and other charges.
For people who live beneath the rocks, Diddy is accused of using his fame and influence to entice women into drugged-up, extravagant sexual experiences with male sex workers in what were known as freak-offs. He has been in a federal jail in Brooklyn since his arrest on September 16. Diddy has entered a not guilty plea to accusations of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, alleging that he used his accomplices to coerce and abuse women for years, employing threats of violence, extortion, and even kidnapping to keep victims silent.
They say that the charges stem from years of sexual abuse and threats against women. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges, and he made that plea yesterday.
Diddy's legal battle has intensified as he awaits a decision from the appeals court on his third bail request. Just 3 weeks ago, a judge rejected his $50 million bail proposal, which would have allowed him to stay under house arrest at his Florida mansion, monitored by GPS, and with strict visitor limitations. The denial has extended Diddy's unexpected stay at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, known for its severe conditions. Despite his legal team's persistent efforts, including appeals to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, and emphasizing that Diddy poses no flight risk or threat to the community, the odds have not been in his favor. The presiding judge, Andrew L. Carter Jr., previously cited clear and convincing evidence that Diddy could obstruct justice, though he has since stepped down from the case. Diddy's lawyers argue this stance exaggerates the case against him, noting that at 54, as a father of 7 and a high-profile figure, Diddy is hardly a flight risk during a recent hearing, with Diddy present in a beige jail uniform. Judge Aaron Subian indicated a willingness to revisit bail discussions after setting the trial date for May 5th. One of Diddy's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo, acknowledged that while the MDC has been responsive, its conditions are harsh. The facility is notorious for violence, overcrowding, poor hygiene, power outages, and extreme temperatures. Inmates endure cramped spaces, lack of privacy, and squalid conditions that push both physical and psychological limits. Currently held in solitary confinement, Diddy's cell measures just 6x9 feet, containing a steel toilet sink combo, a small desk, and a thin mattress. The stark contrast from his luxurious lifestyle, marked by opulent homes and constant media attention, underscores his isolation and the strain of adapting to this harsh new reality, adding to Diddy's troubles. A new lawsuit has surfaced accusing him of drugging and assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000, following an after-party for the MTV Video Music Awards. The claim, filed in the Southern District of New York, alleges that Diddy and another male celebrity committed the assault while a female celebrity observed. The Busby law firm, representing the plaintiff, plans to file over 120 lawsuits involving similar accusations. These revelations have fueled social media debates, with some questioning the lack of accountability at the time and revisiting claims involving other celebrities, such as Justin Bieber, and Usher. Diddy's defense team has strongly denied all allegations, emphasizing that he has never committed sexual assault and expressing confidence in the truth emerging during trial. However, the weight of these charges and his prolonged stay at the MDC, infamous for its brutal conditions, are clearly taking a toll. For someone accustomed to wealth and influence, confinement in such an environment, with limited contact and constant supervision, feels like a stark, suffocating punishment. This profound shift from power and privilege to isolation and vulnerability marks a critical moment for Diddy as he faces a potentially lengthy and life-altering trial.
The thing to note, too, is he wasn't shackled, but he was wearing a khaki prison-like jumpsuit.
For Diddy, this is a stark reminder of how far he has fallen from a life of immense wealth and luxury. Solitary confinement limits him to just 1 hour outside his cell each day, and even that is confined to a small, enclosed yard. He has no interaction with other inmates and remains cut off from the world, except for the guards keeping watch. One user summed it up, Puffy trying to get his last glimpse of sunlight. This shows you that freedom is priceless. If convicted, Diddy could potentially spend the rest of his life in prison. A chilling thought given the current state of his case. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you missed yesterday's developments, click on the video for more details.